This happened a couple weeks ago. I was heading home from my friend's house one night around 11:30 p.m. My friend lives about 25 minutes from me, and the fastest way to get home is if I take back roads. I live in a small rural town. Anyways, I'm driving home with one other car about 4 car lengths in front of me. I'm about 5 minutes from my house when I see the car's taillights suddenly break, then the car speeds off and turns off a road to where I couldn't see it anymore. I didn't think too much of it. Maybe a raccoon ran out in front of them and they didn't want to hit it. As I get to the part of the road where that car slammed on their brakes, a big man, probably 6+ feet tall in a black hoodie, jumps in front of my car, flailing his arms and yelling at me. I swerve to the right to not hit him and look in my rear view and he's gone. This road had houses, but where this man was there were none. No streetlight, no broken down car. I raced home and called my husband, who was about 2.5 hours away at an event and wouldn't be home till after midnight. I told him what happened and how he just disappeared, and I was terrified to get out of my car to walk into our house. He stayed on the phone with me till I got inside and immediately headed home. There's been a lot of weird break-ins around my area lately too, and people trying to steal cars. I can't even imagine what would have happened if I stopped my car. Not that I would ever. I'd seen too many true crime docs. I avoid taking that way home now, and if I do, that's all I think about. I had a very odd experience today that I still can't shake. A blue Lincoln Nautilus braked suddenly in front of me and swerved as I was driving down a main road in my city. I hung back and drove around them and went on my way. Then I start noticing the same car driving behind me for a while. Not too weird yet. Maybe they're just going the same way. But now I'm getting hyper aware and start switching lanes, speeding up and slowing down. This is going on for 15 minutes of my drive. They kept in pace with me every move I made. One of the times I pulled into the right lane to slow down, they drove up next to me and stared over. They didn't look mad, as if I unknowingly cut them off or something. She just stared. I stared back and saw that it was a blonde woman with shoulder tattoos, maybe in her 40s. I'm also a woman. I'm in my 30s. And I was definitely surprised to see that this was the person messing with me. I put on my blinker to turn at the next light and they turned off into a shopping center on the right. After I made the turn and drive a little ways, I see that she's behind me again. She zipped across the parking lot and was now somehow behind me. I was on my way to pick up my 6-year-old niece and was almost there at this point. There was no way I was going to lead this freak there because now I'm certain that she's following me. So I slow all of the way down so she has to drive past again, and when she does, she smiles and makes this odd gesture, sort of like a wave salute, and then zips off into a highway we've been driving parallel to before that last turn. From the moment I saw this car, I had a bad feeling. I don't know what this person is up to, but she made my skin crawl. People drive all kinds of reckless in this area and act all kinds of creepy, and this was nothing like anything I'd ever experienced. All of my alarm bells were going off. I didn't get her plate because she was behind me for most of the time, and my adrenaline was through the roof. If she engaged when I slowed down, my plan was to record her until she backed off. That's my go-to for psycho drivers. But her reaction actually stunned me. Stay safe out there. In June 2023, I was on a lot of dating apps and would meet people regularly to have sex. I was texting with someone and he invited me over. I took a Uber to his place in the afternoon. The building was old and a bit creepy. I started feeling unsafe, but my rational side took over and I went in. The front door was broken, so I was able to go in. I texted him that I just got there and was waiting for him to show up. A few minutes later, I knocked to what I thought was his apartment. He texted me apartment 9, but he wasn't there. I went back to the lobby and texted that I was leaving in the next few minutes since I didn't get any reply. A man shows up in the lobby and I follow him to apartment 15. I said, "That's weird. Why would you tell me you lived in apartment 9? No, I live here, apartment 15. Yes, I noticed, but you said apartment 9. Why?" He didn't seem to understand my question. He looked intoxicated. Apartment 15 was disgusting, trash everywhere, and it smelled like death. I knew I had to leave, but I didn't want to offend him. At this point, I've been in the apartment for a few minutes only. Blow me. In no way. I showed him our text messages. "Is this your phone number?" I asked. "No." I panic. I tell him that I have to leave. I unlock the door, opened it, step outside. I feel something in my back. He was burning me with his cigarette. He then tried to pull me inside, beat me up, and stole my bag. I was on the floor of the hallway when he kicked me in the face, then closed the door. I ran outside and called the cops. The same night, he texted me, which is so weird. My jaw was fractured on both sides. I lost a tooth and chipped another one. He's now in jail, and we're waiting for the court to know exactly how much time he will serve.